Welcome to Sportsline, brought to you by Ace Hardware, New Kensington, AKLC Studios in Leechburg, Arnold Furniture, 5th Avenue, Buffalo Bills, New Kensington, Fazio's Deli and Meats in Arnold, Highland Tire, Toronto and Natrona Heights, Mattio's Pizza and Subs, Brackenridge Heights, Resevich Family Funeral Homes, Lower Borough in Arnold, 380 Discount Warehouse, Murraysville, Tower Auto in Blawnox, and Westmoreland Insurance Services of New Kensington. To have you with us. Welcome to Sportsline Trivia. And we are nearing the end of August, coming up on Friday night of this week. Of course, high school football kicks off in the local area. And a nice schedule of some telecasts will be coming up on Comcast Cable. I'm going to be doing some Borough Valley and Riverview games. And of course, broadcast partner Mike will be doing Highlands.
Both of us, yes, we'll be there.
And both of you.
Both of us will be there Friday.
Anyway, looks like a good season for the Rams.
Hopefully, and, yeah. I saw the scrimmage on Friday night against Borough, and
how did Borough look?
Borough looked okay. They're not as big. I mean, a double-A school against a triple-A school, and you're going to have some issues in that regard. But Borough's got some youth at the skill positions this year. They graduated Cole Bush. They graduated the quarterback
and
Lippett, I believe.
Right.
So Cody Wolf playing quarterback. Ryan Sowell was playing running back, and but they're well staffed in the coaching department at Borough.
Right. Kevin's doing a good job.
You are not going to have an issue there. I mean, Kevin Horwath has taken over, and Tom Henderson is still there. Chip Moyes is still there. John Tomachek is still there. Rich Napierkowski is still there. They'll be fine.
Okay.
They will be fine. And their Valley looks like is going to be very good also. Made the playoffs last year, and they're going to be another one. So the Highlands have a legitimate chance to get back to the playoffs this year. They lost their first 4 games last year, then won their next 4, and then needed to beat Knock the last game, and then got some guys hurt early on and weren't able to finish it off. But they're very senior laden, and there's only 4 starters they don't bring back. So.
Wow. Well, good luck to them. We have some Pirates and Steelers stuff to chat about tonight. If you want to call, 724-236-0430. And we got Terry on the line waiting for us when we wrap up our first commercial break. Terry will be chatting with us. And wanted to mention also that we have some rules and regulations that you should become familiar with as far as winning prizes here in the program. We have another caller, by the way, standing by. Your household address is available for a prize every other week. The Grand Salami or the Mystery Profile can only be won once in a calendar month, and you can try the Mystery Profile once in a calendar month. Time limitations are 15 seconds for the multiple choice, 20 for the salami, and clue by clue we go with the Mystery Profile. First-time callers will win more than one prize with a correct answer. And if you've not called in a year, you're going to be a first-time caller. Also, you can get answers to the trivia questions if you go to doubledribblebob.com. We have a special treat tonight in the way of a little bonus question that was featured one day recently on my website. And we're going to play around with that as well. My radio show comes up on WAVL every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. It's all on sports history and sports nostalgia. So let's take the commercial break. Mike and I will return. Terry is up number 1. We have another caller as well. And, well, we have 2 others. Oh, we're loaded.
Yes.
Okay, well, with phone calls. That's it.
No, I haven't had anything yet. That'll be later.
Back in a moment.
380 Auction and Discount Warehouse, Route 380, Murraysville.
Automotive supplies, groceries, housewares, pet supplies.
All at discount prices.
Sofas, dining tables, recliners, dressers and desks, lamps and end tables.
All at discount prices.
Yard and landscaping supplies, special catalog orders, mattresses with full warranties.
All at discount prices.
School supplies, tools, paint, toiletries, model cars, toys.
All at discount prices. Get to 380 Auction and Discount Warehouse today, Route 380, Murraysville.
Why do Arnold Furniture's customers continue to come back year after year? Maybe it's the personal touch that the Miller family has provided since 1975. Maybe it's the prices that are consistently lower than the competition. Or how about the selection? 4 floors of living room, dining room, recliners, bedding, accessories, and so much more. Plus free local delivery, free setup, and free removal of your old furniture guaranteed. The choice is obvious. Visit Arnold Furniture online at arnoldfurnitureinc.com or stop in and see us today.
AKLC Studios LLC is the place for your video and multimedia needs. Let AKLC Studios produce a unique television commercial for your business. At your location or in our studios, we're here to meet your needs. Ever want your own television show? Let us show you how. AKLC Studios LLC can even tape your special events and weddings. Whatever your multimedia need, call AKLC Studios LLC in Leechburg today. Professional quality at hometown prices. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
When you visit Tower Auto Sales to check out a possible pre-owned vehicle, you get the best in products, the best in selection, and the best customer communication. Also, the best service after the sale. That's very important. Tower Auto Sales says, just buy it. You can talk to Mike Fanto, 412-828-6202, okay? All right, we've got Terry on the line, and again, a reminder, my radio program every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, WAVL 910 on the dial.
But before we get to the call,
Yeah.
I want to do this 100 times tonight. We will be here next Monday night.
Oh, yes,
I know
thank
it's
you for the reminder.
I know it's Labor Day, but for those of you that stream and those of you that call, and we thank all of you that call.
Yes.
For those of you that do the streaming on Monday night, and for those of you that call, we will be here Labor Day, same bad time, same bad channel.
Okay.
Get us looked up on the internet and call and give us a call. So we will be here, and then the Thursday night TV replay will remain the same.
That'll be you and George on
George and I
Monday
will be
night.
here next
Right.
Monday. So I'm already begging for calls a week in advance, please.
My wife and I will be in the Bahamas.
Yes.
Bet on that.
The Brayburn Riviera.
The Brayburn, at the Brayburn Dam. All right, Terry, vacation spots or Steelers or Pirates chit-chat tonight. How are you?
Good evening, guys.
Good evening, Terry.
Yeah, I heard the same bat time and same bat channel, so I figured that was a baseball reference.
It could be.
Well, the first thing I wanted to ask you was I have not yet had the opportunity to see a Steelers game this year on TV, and just wondered, is this a truly bad football team? What's going on?
I don't think they're bad. I don't put any stock in any results of any preseason game final score. That's number one. And I like how they like to say that the third preseason game is the most important preseason game. The translation to that is it's not important at all. I've come to the conclusion after watching these 3 games that these guys take these games less seriously than they did even 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That I've noticed a marked change even since they've come back from the lockout in these exhibition games. So I really don't think. Now, if you want to, use it to evaluate individual players, then that's what I think it's there for. But veterans, no, I just don't. I don't see the value in it, and I think the quality of the preseason games are getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
So there are things that concern me certainly. But as I've said before, I've been a little bit more optimistic about them than a lot of the people that I've heard. And I may have toned that down a notch or two after what I've seen. But I still think that if everything goes well, that this is a playoff team and maybe a division winner.
Good. Of course, it all depends on injuries.
Sure. Well, and that's what I say about the exhibition games. Did everybody leave? And I said this about the scrimmage on. Did everybody leave on their own 2 feet without any assistance? If the answer to that question is yes, I count it as a win. Mm-hmm. They've had some injuries. They had the injury to Jarvis Jones, which was he fell on the ball, And they were afraid that he might have done some internal damage with maybe ribs, but none of the ribs were broken or anything. And so, eventually, he probably won't play Thursday, but he'll be okay. But that's it. It's this has really become a league of staying healthy, keeping your quarterback upright, and that's really what the key is going to be. That offensive line is worrisome, though. There's no doubt about that.
And when you take a look at a guy like Troy Polamalu, who has missed, and I double-checked in the paper, 22 games over the last few years altogether. A healthy Polamalu is going to say a lot about.
And he looks great. He supposedly has lost weight because he was overweight. I mean, there's no doubt about that. He's lost weight. More, what can we say, traditional training methods other than he was doing a lot of holistic
stuff.
A lot of holistic stuff. He's got some more traditional training methods, and he took a penalty on Saturday where he came flying after the quarterback and contacted him helmet to helmet, and the flag went up in the air, and they marched off to 15 yards, and I couldn't wipe the smile off my face. And if he's gonna play like that, I mean, keep the head out of it, but that'll be good. We'll see how long he can stay healthy, though. That's always the key with him, and really for the last, 3 years, he has not been full speed.
Oh, no, I agree. I think he's been a shell of his former self. Hey, switching to baseball, do you remember Danny Murtaugh's old saying, you have to know when to lose?
Danny Murtaugh always would say, yes, and Bob Prince would always talk about that that the good managers are the ones that know when it's okay to let one go for the future. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if they need to know when to lose in regards to Locke. I think he needs 2 starts skipped. I think he's out of gas. I think he needs to rest for a week and a half.
I think he's tired. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I thought you were even referring to yesterday. I thought of Murtaugh yesterday when he let Burnett run out there for the 8th inning, and I'm thinking to myself, man, we're not right now with A.J. Burnett. After he had those 2 terrible starts, and he's come back and pitched 2 very good starts. And I'm convinced that the 2 terrible starts were because he was going through that dead arm, tired arm period. That there was no reason. If you're looking ahead to October 3rd like I am, there's no reason for him to go out there for that 8th inning yesterday. And I thought of that. Here's the problem that they've run into with Locke, though, Terry, and it's that they're so concerned about Garrett Cole, and now that Wandy's not coming back. They're so concerned with Garrett Cole about making sure they push him back and making sure that everything's going to be okay with him that the other guys have to fall in line. They were trying to make sure that Liriano and Burnett were lined up to pitch against St. Louis this weekend. And the only way to make that happen was that Locke was going to have to take his turn. And not only that, he's been moved up a day.
Well, I wouldn't do that. I think that even though I'm not a super big fan of his, I think Genmar Gomez is what they need to do. They need to put him in twice, regardless if they win or lose, and then get Locke ready to go.
I think what they're doing is, and what they did the last start, and I think what you might see this start, is that Locke may start the game, and he may only pitch 4 innings, and then Gomez will come in and pick up for maybe 3 or 4 himself, which is what they did the last time, and it worked just fine. And the other thing to consider here is that Sunday is September the 1st. Rosters will expand, and they'll be able to get some more arms up here, and then they'll be able to do this a little bit more. Yeah. I think that they're trying to push Locke through this, and I get it. And I think he was a little bit better last game, but really not markedly so. But they're like you said, they're going to need him. And if they're and the worst thing that probably happened to them today was Matt Harvey being hurt. For anyone that hasn't heard, Matt Harvey has been shut down for the rest of the year from the Mets, and it's a possibility he's going to have Tommy John. And now everybody that has a young pitcher is going to panic. And I checked to see what the Mets did with him last year. They only let him pitch 3 games in September, with a week in between rest of each time and only 5 innings to start. You can baby them all you want. It has nothing to do with whether they get hurt or not. So
I agree. In fact, it may make it worse. I keep listening to what Bob Feller said. You don't make muscles strong by resting them.
Exactly. Now I worry about that with Cole. They're so concerned about Cole that it might be to Locke's detriment, going back to what you were saying before. He does need to start off. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And that's what he is. He's tired. And first of all, good for him for not admitting it. And I'm good with that. And but there comes a point where he's going to have to pitch through it. And I'm a believer in the September rejuvenation theory. That when the weather starts to cool off a little bit in September, and it starts, when you're throwing the first pitch and it's dark already, that you kind of there's a little you get that second wind, And I think he'll get that, and I think they're just trying to get him to that point.
I hope you're right. Yeah.
Well, Terry, let's do some trivia.
Sure. I haven't called in for so long. I'm probably eligible for anything.
I think
Yeah, you
you're
are.
probably good to go, yeah.
And we checked with Mildred, the cleaning lady. She got them all, so these are all easy.
Okay. Well, I hope I'm not embarrassed by Mildred here.
Let's see what happens.
Okay. I haven't tried the mystery profile for a while, so can we do that one?
Okay, yeah, that's sponsored by our good folks at Mattio's Pizza. They're located Brackenridge Heights, right next to the district magistrate's office. And the phone number we have on the screen for them is 724-904-7312. Can I do this one, Mike?
Go right ahead.
Got a good one for you, Terry. Here we go with the first clue, worth $100 in prizes. I played for the Akron Wingfoots and led them to the 1964 AAU title and also won an Olympic gold medal that year. Now, just for an explanation, the Wingfoots are a basketball team, not hockey.
I thought they would be a football team. Okay. Okay. Basketball. Tom Gola.
No. Let's go to number 2. I was an MVP for an American Basketball Association All-Star Game. There weren't too many of those because the league wasn't around.
Yeah.
long.
Well, boy, I can't think of the guy's name. I think he played for Jerry West. Was that?
No,
Okay.
That's a good shot. Number 3, I coached 2 different pro basketball teams in the same season.
Jeez.
And he's, to my knowledge, the only one to do that.
Yeah, I'll bet. Boy, you can see I know nothing about basketball. Well, I have a guy's name on the tip of my tongue. I just can't think of it. You might as well go to the next clue.
Okay, this is worth $25 if you get it here. I coached UCLA to an NCAA title, and I also coached the Detroit Pistons to an NBA title.
Quite an accomplishment. The only person I ever heard of coaching for UCLA was Johnny Wooden.
Nope.
Yep.
Well, my last name is also a color.
Oh, really? I have no idea. I know it's not Vida Blue or Donald Fuchsia.
Good shot.
If I were to say that he was also Tony Kornheiser's camp counselor, would that do anything for you?
Not at all, no.
Okay.
No, I pay absolutely no attention to basketball.
Well, your answer is Larry Brown.
Oh, really? The only Larry Brown I've ever heard of played for the Steelers.
He was a good one, too. This current Larry Brown, I'm going to look him up right now as I'm consulting the Google machine, I believe is now the head coach at SMU, and that is correct. He has taken over a job at SMU. Larry Brown will be 73 years old in 2 weeks.
Wow.
And is not about to give it up anytime soon, and supposedly just landed a huge recruit over the weekend, and he just wanted to get back into it in the worst kind of a way. I think he'll end up back in the NBA.
Anyway, hey, Terry, thanks for the call.
Thank you, guys.
We'll
Thanks,
try
Terry.
again some other time. In the meantime, we go for the break at about 20 minutes into the program. Back in a flash, and I believe we've got Mark up next. So, Mark, be patient. We'll be with you in a moment. This is where you get the absolute freshest deli meats and cheeses. Fazio's Italian Deli in Arnold. At Fazio's, you're getting only the best and freshest selection. Fazio's has its own bakery and offers you fresh baked bread, rolls, pastries, and more. Pick up individual salads to go. Italian sausages, hoagies, custom-made sandwiches, even party trays for your next get-together. Freshness and quality every time at Fazio's Italian Deli, Leishman and Dre in Arnold.
Max and his son made their way homeward bound when mischievous rain dropped down, down, down. Safety was threatened by every roguish drip. They slipped and slid. They couldn't get a grip. Then along came the Michelin Man, reminding them the right tire changes everything. Stop up to 31 feet shorter than a leading competitor with the new Michelin Defender tire, backed by a 90,000-mile warranty. Michelin, a better way forward.
Available at Highland Tire under the bridge in Tarentum and Freeport Road at Trona Heights. Westmoreland Insurance Services isn't like your ordinary insurance agency. Not only can you get a variety of quotes from leading insurance companies, but you can purchase that protection through Westmoreland Insurance. Westmoreland provides a full range of coverage for all of your automobile needs. Westmoreland Insurance Services, putting your family's safety in their family's hands for almost 40 years. Give them a call, 724-337-3557. Register now for free IRS-approved tax school. Flexible schedules, convenient location, and fun classes which qualify for continuing education credits. Call today. Courses start September the 9th. That's Liberty Tax Service. Their phone number, 724-230-8000. Liberty Tax Service of Natrona Heights. Full accounting service, and they're open all year round. Mark, let's get Mark on quickly. Mark, thank you for tuning in.
Good evening, fellas.
Good evening.
Hey, do the Pirates have a chance to break their all-time attendance record this year?
They do. They are probably going to go over 2 million, and I'm not exactly sure what the number is. I can check it, but I know it is over 2 million. They did it 3 times. At Three Rivers, and then I know that they went over 2 million, and their record was probably set the first year at PNC Park. Which, if that's the case, they probably won't get. They probably won't get it, but they next year they will. If they just hold on and make the playoffs next year, they'll break it. I guarantee it.
Do either of you remember the days at Three Rivers Stadium how they would cover seats in center field and call it a near sellout because
kills me that it's like you can never win as a Pirate fan. They either say that not enough people are going or too many people are going.
And do you happen to catch the Raider game Friday night?
No,
I didn't see it.
Boy,
no,
I think Pryor. I should think he should start for the Raiders. It's just a shame.
I heard he had a heck of a game.
It's the
Not
way
that I like the Raiders, but he really did pretty well, I think.
It's the way it's looking now. He's going to start the next game, and this is unbelievable for Matt Flynn. Matt Flynn had a couple of really good games when Aaron Rodgers was hurt in Green Bay, and it's the thing where people fall in love with the backup after and thinking that that's going to be their savior. He set a record, I think, for the Packers' all-time passing record for a game filling in for Rodgers. So he becomes a free agent after 3 years on the bench and played about 2 or 3 games. He gets signed to a big contract in Seattle, and they figure he's going to be the starter. They draft Russell Wilson. Wilson completely outdoes him in camp, and he becomes the starter, and Matt Flynn sits on the bench for the entire season. So he signs with Oakland. And he's going to be the starter. There's nobody else there. They had Terrell Pryor, who they had for a little bit last year. They didn't see anything out of the guy. And Flynn goes in there, and now it appears that Pryor's beating him out. And this guy, it's like if you're a young quarterback, you want this guy to come to your team next year because you have a really good chance to beat him out for the starting job. And now I had heard something today that maybe there were, I heard that some tendonitis things of his elbow were floating around out there. That sounds like the agent planning the fact that his arm might be hurting to make it look like that he's not continually being beat out by these guys. He went to LSU. Matt Flynn did, and it's not as if that they've been, they've thrown out the best quarterbacks into the NFL, but Pryor supposedly is taking the bull by the horns. Not only has he run the ball well, but he's thrown it well, and it really looks like he's going to be the Raiders quarterback.
If he stays healthy, maybe he could be on one of the lists of the great Western Pennsylvania quarterbacks.
I never thought it would happen, Mark. I'm very surprised that he's played like this, and so hopefully he keeps it up. It'll just be another one. And
we add him to our list.
We would add him to our list.
We
add him to our list of guys that have been suspended.
Over 25 quarterbacks.
Gotten tattoos and whatever. And yeah, this would be great.
Well, I better go for the multiple choice. I'm taking up enough of your time.
All right, Mark, here we go. And this will be football also. We keep in the football mode tonight as we get ready for the season to start. Who was the first NFL running back to rush for 1,000 yards in a season twice? The first NFL running back to rush for 1,000 yards in a season twice. Was it Jim Brown, Bullet Bill Dudley, Steve Van Buren, or Marshall Goldberg?
How about Goldberg?
Not Marshall Goldberg, the old Pitt Panther. The answer is Steve Van Buren. He did it for the Eagles in 1947 and 1949.
A little before my time, but I remember him.
Me too.
Yep.
Okay, fellas, thank you, and hopefully I can, well, I'll definitely be able to call next Monday since it'll be a holiday for me.
We will be here. You should come up.
There you go.
You should come up.
Thank you.
Yeah, here we go. Come up and bring food. Thanks, Mark.
You're not bashful, are you?
No, they should feed us.
All right, let's try. I think it's Chris, and we welcome Chris here to the program. Nice to have you, Chris. Good evening.
Good evening, Bob. Good evening, Mike. How you doing?
Good evening, Chris.
I was impressed with that Steeler game when they were tied 20-20. But I thought for sure we were going to at least win one out of it. But I mean, well, I guess it just wasn't in the cards. But
Andy Reid should be shot for kicking that field goal to send it.
Yeah, that's what I felt about it. I just thought we were going to take it. I guess it went on the other side, though.
Yeah, any coach that willingly goes for a tie in an exhibition game should be drummed out of the league.
I think he did that on purpose. That was a purpose shot, I would say. Or am I wrong?
Yeah, for what though? I don't have any idea what he was doing. It's like let's play longer so we can try to get somebody hurt. That made absolutely no sense at all. Cowher was always the best in those situations. Cowher would score a touchdown at the end of a game and the extra point would tie it. He'd go for two. It's like we are not staying here any longer than we need to. And I think Cowher needs to give Andy Reid a call, but. I like the Chiefs this year, by the way, just as a thrown out aside. 2-14 last year. I think they could be a playoff team.
That would be a nice playoff team. I'd like to see us play against something, but I think we're going to have a mediocre season. We're not going to make the playoffs again, I don't think.
Well, you're with the majority of the people.
By the way, on Monday, when Mike and George do the program, you're going to be taking predictions on.
Yeah, we're going to do our Steeler prediction show next Monday night. Don't do it yet. We're going to get numbers off of everybody on Monday, and we will average them all together and come up with a good number. Because our crowd usually does very well. We do that with the Pirates at the beginning of the year, do over-unders and everything, and our people are usually right on these. So hopefully we'll get some of those next week.
As far as the Pirates are going, I don't know I wouldn't bank the horse to be done, but I mean we might get this. I think if anything, we'll get the second wild card. What's the story? They said they need to win 6 games before they win the division. What's the story on that?
Well, they need to win 6 more games to get to 82, which will break the streak, the 20-year losing streak, which will be a good start. And their magic number to clinch a playoff spot, I believe now, is 24 over Arizona. So they've actually got that into a manageable looking number. They went 4-3 on that road trip, which was nice, but they were 4-2 or 4-1 at one point. And they lost the last 2 games, which is kind of a lousy way to finish. And they just came up so anemic against some really bad pitchers.
And Chris, you understand the magic number does not mean we have to win 24. It's a combination of every time we win and the Cardinals lose.
You get 2.
You get 2. So.
And then the Cardinals and Pirates are tied right now. The Cardinals play the Reds the next 3 days. So somebody will lose there.
Root for Cincinnati tonight.
It'll be what it'll be. Whatever happens will happen. The Pirates will have to take care of this themselves.
I just think the Pirates I don't think they have a chance at a good playoff spot right now. I really don't.
I think they're going to make it. I didn't as of a week ago.
You were saying I need another week.
I need another week.
I remember you saying that because it was me you were talking to at that point.
I needed to look at Arizona play for a week. They had a tough road trip. I needed to look at it. The Pirates spent, I believe it was 16 of the last 19 games on the road. They lost a few games in the standings, but they haven't lost any ground to Arizona as far as the wild card goes. I really think they're going to make it now.
But what thing do you have? Do you think it's going to be the first or second wild card?
Well, either one. I mean, you're going to have to play the one game and win it. Of course, the way I decided to look at that is that you only have to win one game to advance, and you'd like it to be at home, and that would be the first thing you'd like to do. Is you'd like that game to be at home for a lot of reasons. First of all, it would be a shame to have the nice season that they're having and not give the fans that have supported them all this time a chance to see a playoff game. So
I'd rather see it at home too myself.
I'd like that, or B, I'd like to win the division, and then we don't have to worry about that.
And if I can chime in, I got into a conversation about this the other day with somebody talking about when the Pirates do win, and it guarantees them that they're in with a 500 season or better. how much do we celebrate, or do we say nothing and press on to the goal of the playoffs? If you were Pirate management, would you throw a party?
No, I think
After 20 years?
if I'm management, I don't do anything.
I
If
just do
I'm
what I had in
management,
my
I send out a tweet that says the Pirates have clinched their first winning season since 1992, and that's all the further I go with it.
Okay.
I think we're allowed to celebrate, or at least say, hey, finally, it's over. And
Is that multiple choice, please?
onward and upward. All right, Chris.
My turn or yours?
It is yours.
Okay.
It's Bob's turn.
Thanks, Chris.
Is it my turn? Seriously?
It is.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
it's
You
your
get
turn.
question number 8, and here we go. Lou Gehrig, you know who he is.
Yes, we got his name to
And what other Hall of Famer have hit 400 home runs and 150 triples? So you got to be pretty quick. And here are the 4 choices. Lou Gehrig and what other Hall of Famer have hit 400 home runs and 150 triples? Stan Musial, Cal Ripken Jr., Jose Canseco, Carl Yastrzemski. One of those 4.
Jose Canseco, I think.
Canseco?
Yes.
Incorrect.
About
It
time I got
was
one. It's been a while.
Stan Musial. Okay?
Okay, sorry about that. Take care.
No problem, Chris. By the way, one of our clients, we speak of clients or sponsors, happens to be Matteo's Pizza. And if you've not had a pizza as of late, give them a shot. Matteo's Pizza, located in Brackenridge Heights. And if you folks can help me out with the phone number, I'd like to pass that along. There we go, 724-904-7312. They've got that Ironman hoagie that we've been talking about for a couple of years now. And of course, what makes their pizzas and subs and everything else so great is that they use nothing but quality ingredients. Okay? Matteo's Pizza, Brackenridge Heights. Back to the phones, and who do we have?
Hey, Bob. Hey, Mike. How are you tonight?
All right.
Good evening.
It sounds like Rich.
Yep, it's Rich. You know, as much angst as there has been around here with the Pirates, it amazes me that no one's actually pulled away from them yet. I mean, they're tied with St. Louis. Reds are still 2.5 back. Dodgers starting to cool off again. The Braves have cooled off. So, I mean, yeah, we're only 24 and, 25 and 24 since July 1st, but, you know, we're still there, still have nearly the best record in the National League. So it is frustrating watching that game yesterday and seeing everybody trying to hit a ball over the fence rather than just trying to get a ball in play, trying to put a ball into the gap, trying to hit a ball down the line.
Or make the guy throw the ball over the plate rather than just nibble at the edges.
Right. And, you know, that is a frustration, and that worries me because, Mike, I think I caught the tail end of your discussion about the one-game playoff, and I could see Cincinnati coming in here and Matt Lato's coming in and just, that's it. You know,
sure.
Two game, that's it. See you next year.
And that's the position you put yourself in if you don't win the division. And that's why I like the way that the system is set up now, although I think that first round should be a best of 3. I think they could fit in a best of 3 for the wild card and then give give your division winners a real chance to rest and make sure that all of their pitchers are lined up and ready to go. But, you know, if this one game, it's one game, and that's more exciting for the fans. I mean, there's nothing better than basically having a 7th game without having to deal with the first 6 games to begin with. And that's basically what they're giving you. And as a consumer, and as somebody in Des Moines, Iowa, that doesn't really have a team that they root for, that's who they're pointing this toward. Because, you know, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. And, you know, believe me, if you'd have told me at the beginning of the year that we'd be concerning ourselves with whether they're going to have to settle for the one-game playoff, I wouldn't have believed it. So I'll be happy. I'll be just happy that they make it with of course the aim of trying to win the division here in the interim.
Right. Well, you know, I think they'll make it. I think they're going to end up playing that one game. I really still believe that the Reds are going to win this division. I just haven't seen them get on that hot run yet, and I don't know why, but I really believe the Reds are going to win the division, and I think the Cardinals and the Pirates are going to play that one-game playoff, which actually would be better for the Pirates looking at the record against the Cardinals.
They've won the season series against the Cardinals even last year. So
right.
I would, and the thing that's the strangest part about the whole deal with the Cardinals is that the Pirates hit them better than they hit any other team in baseball, and they hit those pitchers. Everybody hits over 300 against even Wainwright.
Right.
And
Right. And Westbrook's on the DL. Well, I wonder why.
Darn.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
The series is coming up against the Pirates, and suddenly Westbrook is on the DL.
There was no way There was no way that. Well, now here's the thing. I was wondering though. I had heard that they had it set up that Westbrook would be able to pitch against the Pirates in each series, but his day to pitch now, I believe, would be Wednesday. So they wouldn't skip him over Cincinnati. I can't imagine they'd do that. So their Pirates are probably going to miss him this time.
I think they are going to miss him. They might miss Wainwright, I think, too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're going to miss Wainwright this time, but they'll probably catch him next weekend.
Right. And, you know, the other thing is I know that the options are slim, but I don't know how they keep putting Garrett Jones out. I think he's a good guy, but he is having an awful season. 121 in August. You can't keep putting them out there. I mean, I understand Andrew Lambeau, blah, whatever, but at least give him a couple games out there just to see what happens.
And the Marte injury is just killing him right now.
Well, it is.
Toppin has actually been representative here in August. He's actually done all right, and you really wouldn't feel too badly about putting him out in right field for a while. But you know, he has to lead off and play left, so that takes one other option away from you. But to what you're saying, okay, we'll put Lambeau in right for these next 3 games, and we'll put Gabby Sanchez at first, and we'll just do that. And I think really that's what they should do. I think Jones should be given a couple days off just to clear his head, maybe work it out in the cage, whatever. But he hit
homered the other night too.
He hit the home run the other night, but that's about all he's done. And as Rich said, he's batting barely 100 in August. And after last year when he had an OPS of like 1,100 in August, I was really expecting that he might turn around here, and he just hasn't.
And I can't figure out what's going on with Neil Walker either. I mean, for 2 weeks there, unbelievable. Just hitting everything, and now he's gone again. Just completely disappeared again.
I'm gonna say what I've said about them all season, and I'm gonna say it again. They need to get home, and they are so completely different at home than they are on the road. They hit better at home. They pitch better at home. They win 2 out of every 3 games at home. They have the highest winning percentage, I still believe, in Major League Baseball at home. They need to get home. And they need to, and you know, if you win the first 2 games against Milwaukee and then you lose the 3rd game, well, we won 2 out of 3. No. If you want to win the division and you have 3 games at home against Milwaukee, you win 3 games against Milwaukee. This is how this works now. This is big boy baseball. We're putting the big boy pants on. When you win the first 2 games in San Francisco, losing the next 2 is not acceptable. I'm sorry.
Well, that's the same way in San Diego. I mean, they won the first 2 games and then they faced. I can't even remember the pitcher's name.
It was Ian Kennedy, who used to be good.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's had a terrible season, and they made him. And then, well, of course, we hear. Well, I don't know. We hear he was really moving.
He was
the ball,
really good. Well, here's what I would instruct everyone to do out there that's watching. The next time Ian Kennedy pitches, which will be sometime here in the middle of this week, I want you to check and see what he does. And the next time that Ryan Vogelsong pitches, I want you to do the same thing. And I would be very, very surprised if they pitch anywhere near as well as they pitched the last game they pitched against
right,
Pittsburgh.
And it's all about approach at the plate to me. It's all about how you're going to take someone on. And the perfect example was yesterday. I think it was in the 7th inning. Tabata was on second. I maybe have the wrong guy. Maybe it was McCutchen. That's who it was. McCutchen walked,
right,
and he got the second on a Walker ground out, or somebody Alvarez grounded out. Here comes Russell Martin. Okay, Russell, all we need is a base hit. You got plenty of speed on the second base, and he swings like he's trying to hit it into the water. I couldn't believe it, and that just frustrated me because there was your chance right there to tie the game up, and they just blew it.
The Jay, in my opinion. And I can't expect anybody to squeeze blood out of a turnip, but the Jay Bell experiment's been a complete failure.
I'll bet he's gone next year.
And he may be managerial material, but he's not hitting coach material. And I wouldn't expect him to make these guys into great hitters. But have you seen anybody improve?
No. Well, I mean, I got to say McCutchen's picked his game up.
And Marte's better this year from last year, but it's his first full year. There's going to be a gradual improvement for a guy like that. But I'm talking about guys like Garrett Jones, Neil Walker, Gabby Sanchez, Clint Barmas, guys that have been around for a long time that maybe the different approach of a hitting coach might help these guys out. He hasn't helped any of those guys.
No. Let me change it up real quick, and then we'll move on here. The Steelers, I tell you, this looks like last year. I mean, it looks maybe worse than last year, and I know it's preseason and you can't take anything, blah, 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 whatever. They can't score in the red zone. The defense can't get off the field on 3rd downs. They have the offensive line either run blocks great or pass blocks great, but they can't do both at the same time. And they're using a guard as a third tight end, actually they use him as a first tight end in the first drive because they don't have any other tight ends because their best tight end's not going to be playing for weeks. That, to me, when I listen to the team, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I've totally blown this out of proportion. They sound like they're in complete disarray. When I hear Tomlin coming out, and I never hear him complaining about the officials hardly ever, and he starts complaining about the officials, I know that they're almost in panic mode. And when they trade for Felix Jones, who's done 3 years ago, you know that they have no answers down there right now.
I would just ask you to take a deep breath and let's watch the first actual game. And then if the same things are happening, I want you to call back and say the same things, and then I'll agree with you. But I just can't yet. It's just too soon for me.
Hey, Rich, do me a favor.
Sure.
What were you thinking about doing in the way of trivia because the player profile's gone?
But it doesn't matter. Whatever you. I can do whatever.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I've got something special here. I want to ad lib with you.
Okay.
So we'll kind of evaluate, but I need you to stay for the commercial break.
Sure.
And then come back.
Okay. No problem.
It's going to take a couple of minutes.
Okay, that's fine.
So in the control room, if you guys are ready to control, let's go to break.
They're
and
always
we'll be
under
right
control.
back. And Rich, stay where you are. Since 1914, people in the local area have relied on the Resevich family in deepest time of need. The Resevich family is the oldest established name in the funeral profession in the AK Valley. Its reputation and unquestionable service speaks for itself. Now the proud tradition of service continues with a fourth generation. The Resevich family serves the AK Valley from two locations, 5th Avenue Arnold and Leechburg Road, Lower Burrell.
AKLC Studios LLC is the place for your video and multimedia needs. Let AKLC Studios produce a unique television commercial for your business. At your location or in our studios, we're here to meet your needs. Ever want your own television show? Let us show you how. AKLC Studios LLC can even tape your special events and weddings. Whatever your multimedia need, call AKLC Studios LLC in Leechburg today. Professional quality at hometown prices. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Welcome to Buffalo Bill's Roadhouse, the place for big appetites. Their great sandwich selection includes the Geronimo, piled high with generous portions of meat and fixings. Their barbecue ribs are the best in town. Half rack or full rack, they don't come better. Buffalo Bill's wings are everybody's favorite. Uniquely oven-baked, not deep-fried, and yet so crispy. Your choice of 13 flavored seasonings. Grab a bucket for the big game. Eat in or take out, credit cards accepted. Buffalo Bill's Roadhouse, Freeport Road, New Kensington, across from Felderelli Square. All right, folks, you've got the luxury of choice. Where you buy your vehicle is just as important as what you buy. We're talking, of course, Tower Auto Sales. With an experienced sales staff, they can help you select your next pre-owned vehicle. You can call Mike Fanto in advance, 412-828-6202. And if you like it, just buy it. Tower Auto Sales, Freeport Road in Blawnox. Okay, Rich, got to get back to you. I don't know how we're going to work this out, but leave it up to me to be fair with the prices, okay?
Okay.
You trust me, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Let me start with this. There are two NFL quarterbacks who have thrown 5 touchdown passes in a game in back-to-back games. Do you know any of the two?
Boy.
And they're not, and we're not going back to the 50s or the 60s.
Right. I would say Tom Brady was one.
All right, good for you.
And I'll just throw this out. Dan Marino is the other.
Well, you got the first initial okay, but it was Dante Culpepper.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Now, in the AFL, only one quarterback threw 5 touchdown passes in a game in back-to-back games. Who is he?
Boy. I would think. I can't think of his name though. What was it? The quarterback from the Raiders is the guy I'm thinking of, but I can't think of his name. Why can't I think of his name? The guy before Stabler. Now I can't think of his name.
Because the pressure's on. That's why.
I'm like the Pirates with the tying run on second and 2 outs. I'm just swinging and missing here.
Swinging for the fences.
I can't think of his name. Sorry.
Well,
not even close.
You're right there. You got the right church.
You had the right team, but you were going for Daryl LaMonica is who you were going to say.
Yeah, I was going for Daryl LaMonica.
That's not it, but I read your mind through the telepathy through the camera. I was
for the heck of it, and we'll give you a fair prize.
Okay.
Pick out another quarterback of the Raiders. You've got him.
How about this? Can I give a hint?
Go ahead.
You would know this guy more from coaching than you would as playing for the Raiders.
Oh, Joe would have shot me.
Open your heart. Yeah, I'll button your shirt tattered and your heart's about to fall out. You would know this guy more for coaching the Raiders than you would for playing for the Raiders.
Flores.
That's it.
Yes, indeed.
I didn't even know he was a quarterback.
That was a great hit on my part, wasn't it? Wow. You're welcome, Rich.
Way to go. Now, let me give you 2 facts, and we've kept you a long time.
That's okay.
2 facts about Tom Flores. The first Hispanic starting quarterback in the history of the game, and the first minority coach to win a Super Bowl.
Oh, wow.
How about that?
That's interesting.
Well, trust me, I'm going to get you something out decent, and we'll talk about it.
That's fine. Hey, let me give you one program note before I get off the phone with you. And Fox Sports 1, I don't know if either one of you have that on your cable, but they're doing Major League Baseball's been following the Pirates around for a couple weeks. And they have a half-hour special on the Pirates at 7:30.
Yes,
okay.
It's 271 on Comcast, and I think it used to be where Speed was, but it's 271 regular def. I know that. I'm not sure what the high def number is.
857 high def.
857. Beautiful. Thanks, Rich.
All right, thanks, guys.
Hey,
Talk
Rich,
later.
thanks for playing with us here. I got to make a notation to get Rich a prize.
A special prize.
A special prize.
Do we have another caller out there in TV land? We do.
Okay,
We're
let's jump. You know what? We owe for another break.
Should we
because we're going to get 3 people in. We better do the. Can we do the break? You guys ready?
Hurry.
Let's do the break, and we're coming right back. Stay aboard.
Husqvarna, taming the wild.
Westmoreland Insurance Services isn't like your ordinary insurance agency. Not only can you get a variety of quotes from leading insurance companies, but you can purchase that protection through Westmoreland Insurance. Accidents happen. Are you prepared? You can be with a wide range of homeowners insurance options from Westmoreland Insurance Services. Putting your family's safety in their family's hands for almost 40 years. Give them a call, 724-337-3557. My first book on sports is available not only through the internet, but at various local businesses in the AK Valley. It's Bob Tattern's Sports Minutes. Short sports stories, odd and unusual, fascinating and funny, only take about a minute to read. Go online to doubletripplebob.com where links are provided for Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Word Association to get book information. Get your copy locally at Costello Printing in Tarentum, Blackburn's in Tarentum, Myrna's Brewery Outlet in New Kensington, or the Hot Dog Guys Lower Borough. All right, folks, remember, register now for free IRS-approved tax school. Flexible schedules, convenient location, and fun classes will qualify you for continued education credits. So call today. Liberty Tax will get you going. Courses start September the 9th. Make the phone call, 724-230-8000. Liberty Tax Service of Natrona Heights. It's a full accounting service, and they're open all year round. Now, we're going to go to the limo man and remind Bruce that we've got 3 folks to get on here. Each of you got about 2 to 2.5 minutes. So, Bruce.
Yeah.
Give us 2.5.
Good evening, Limo.
All right. You remember Oil Can Harry?
Oil Can Boyd.
Oil Can Boyd, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I just wondered if you heard of him.
I had. He actually came to spring training with the Pirates for about 20 minutes one year, but he didn't make the team.
And Jim McMahon is 54 years old.
There we go. He's a
Remember
little
Art Donovan?
I remember him.
Played for the old Baltimore Colts, died at 89.
Yes.
Who was this?
Art Donovan.
Oh, the book. He wrote a book called
Fatso.
Fatso.
It was a great book. I
And
read
Bob
that.
Cousy, 75.
Who is?
Yes.
And Charlie Manuel,
Yes.
it's a shame he got fired.
It is a shame he got fired, and I completely disagree with all that. And I think that he was treated rudely. But you know how they work things now, Limo. They're ready to move on to the next guy, and they figure they give him a shot.
Did you see Obama had the old Miami Dolphins at the White House?
I happened to be watching the Dolphins, some of the Dolphins preseason game the other day, and
Bob Greasy was there.
Bob Greasy was talking about it, and that they positioned themselves perfectly to get into the camera shot with Greasy and those guys, Mercury Morris. And so they did. They finally, I guess they missed out the first time because Nixon was having his Watergate issues and they were never invited. So those guys had an undefeated season and never got to go to the White House.
And Vince Scully will be back with the Dodgers at 85 years old, and he's got DoubleDribbleBob.com.
His 65th season.
Okay, Bruce, we got to get to your...
All right, I want multiple choice, Robert.
I believe it's mine.
Michael,
All right,
it's
Limo.
all yours.
Let's get you out of here with a win. What Hall of Fame pitcher retired the side on 9 pitches, all strikes, once in each league? I was looking at that list yesterday. What Hall of Fame pitcher retired the side on 9 pitches, all strikes, once in each league? Nolan Ryan, Tom Seaver, Gaylord Perry, Ferguson Jenkins.
Ferguson Jenkins and his orchestra.
That's what we used to call him. That's not it. It's Nolan Ryan. He did it in 1968 for the Mets and in 1972 with the California Angels.
And there's a long drive in deep right center field, and this ball is for my girlfriend, Rachel Catalano.
Wherever she is. All right, thanks for the
Bruce.
call. You want to get up, Dan? All right, jump up to the mic. We have Dan here from Leechburg.
From the area.
From the area. Dan, good to have you.
An old cohort of ours.
Yes, good to see you. Good to see you. All right.
What do you got?
Did you want to ask me any trivia?
Well, we can do that. I mean, did you have anything on your mind?
Okay.
Anything you wanted to throw out there that if you were interested to?
I thought maybe you were going to ask me some trivia.
We can do
Well,
that.
let's do that.
We can do that, Dan.
We want to get
And we'll be able to get Paul in.
Paul
that
up
way.
there as well.
We'll be good.
Let's start out you're a first timer, right?
Pretty much.
Technically.
As a
Technically.
person
All right,
out here, yeah.
Let me give you a quick multiple choice. That's all right with you. Okay. Who holds the NFL record of throwing a touchdown pass in the most consecutive games? Look at the screen, and you've got 4 choices. Drew Brees, Brett Favre, Johnny Unitas, Norm Van Brocklin. One of those 4.
I'm going to say Brett Favre, but I'm not sure.
Well, incorrect.
No.
Now, had you won, because you were a first-time visitor, now you would have had two prizes plus the Comcast Cadillac. Am I correct?
I remember that.
We'll pull that out
Where
of
are
the
the keys
garage,
at?
and here are the keys. Anyway, Dan, thank you. Appreciate
thank
you coming
you.
over and chatting with us. So we still don't have a winner tonight,
We are
except
just
for
completely striking out right
Rich,
now.
who did come up
Yeah,
with
Rich Redmond came up with
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, half of our 5.
Right.
Or
He got-
1/3 of our 5 touchdown back-to-back guys.
Okay. Now, Paul, good to have you with us
How are you
again.
this
What's up, Paulie?
evening? I'm ineligible for any prizes this week.
Okay.
Yeah, he did. Okay, well, I'm going to tell the folks what you got, by the way.
Tell
Paul
them
won
what
last
he's won.
week, and he got an Egidio's pizza coming. I don't know when the certificate's got to be in the mail.
Right.
But anyway, an Egidio's pizza, the large cut with 1 topping. Your prize, okay?
All right, this week I'll be at the Highlands game on Friday, and then week 2, Valley and Borough.
Desperately trying to look famous.
By Gate C.
Well, stop up and say hello to the Valley Borough game. You know,
Desperately trying to look famous.
And then quickly, my predictions, the 4 champions in high school, you can write these down.
Okay.
All right, let's do that. Paul's predictions.
Okay, quickly, Quad A, I have North Allegheny winning.
NA.
That's going out on a limb.
I have them beating North Hills.
Okay.
Triple A, I have West Allegheny over Knock.
That would be a repeat. Knock is going 2-7 this year, according to the Purdy.
Okay.
Double A, I have Greensburg Central Catholic beating Aliquippa.
Minus Muzzy Colosimo. Okay.
And then in single A, the streak will end as Clareton will lose the first time in, 73 games at the time?
Yeah, something along those
They
lines.
will lose to Apollo Ridge, in my prediction.
You know what? Apollo Ridge had a nice basketball run, too.
Well,
you know
a lot of the same guys. The Birdie has them at 8-1.
Yeah.
And in college, I have Ohio State winning it all against Florida.
That's not a bad pick. I'm going to pick Alabama. So is that too easy?
Hey, they were number 1 going into the year.
Yeah. And in the Super Bowl, the Niners over the Texans.
Do you realize the odds you'd be bucking with San Francisco because of how rare it is, seriously, for the team that lost the Super Bowl the one year to actually go back and win the next year? It doesn't happen. Right. It's so rare. But, talent-wise, they're, they're legit. I watched a little bit last night for whatever that's worth,
But I hear
purposes.
I hear Apollo Ridge is supposed to be real good.
They are. They absolutely are.
You're not eligible for a prize, but I'm going to give you a question.
Okay.
And if you get it correct, we're going to give Dan a prize. Okay?
There we go.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Name the 4.
That's what Tony used to do. If Tony would get it right on his off week, so we give the prize to a female. We give the prize to a female. Next female caller gets a prize on Tony. Yeah.
So anyway, the 49ers had a quarterback. Let me get this right now. See what I mean?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. 49ers had a quarterback related to a popular Brigham Young family. And who would that be?
I'm going to, I have Steve Young.
Mike will give you a clue.
He's left-handed. He's left-handed and he's a Republican.
Oh, Steve Young.
That's it.
Congrats. Okay, now we get a legal prize.
I do.
That's
him.
So he didn't make the trip for free, or for cost of anything.
As Mel Allen would say, how about that?
Holy cow.
Anyway, guys, we thank you for coming over tonight. And,
Thanks to all our callers. Remember,
Monday night.
all of you folks listening, we will be here Monday night at 6 o'clock, even though it's Labor Day. We will be laboring, which is what this country was founded on. We're going to labor on Labor Day.
You got it.
We'll be here at 6 o'clock, 724-236-0430. Please call. Mark Corey's going to call. He already said he would be in.
Right, he'd be here.
Or to come up and bring us grilled food.
That would be nice.
We should
Anybody?
put the grill out
you know
front.
what? There you go.
We'll put the grill out front.
We'll put a grill out front.
Absolutely.
Okay. We should have the hot dog guys come
Well,
up.
actually, we're not going to cook for the people. The people should cook for us.
The hot dog guys ought to come up
The
with
people should bring tribute. They should bring us things. Not the other way around. We give stuff.
How about the crew?
Well, no, I mean us. I mean all of us. This is a collaborative effort. We were always giving stuff to the people out there. It's time the people out there brought something here for all of us.
Okay, now we're going to
Fettuccine. I don't care. I'll eat it. I'm good.
We're going to let you do a couple of bars of
I can't
the
sing.
Groucho Marx farewell.
Hello, I must be going. There you go. I cannot stay. I came to say I must be going.
All right, folks, check it out on your YouTube. Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. We're back Monday night of next week streaming, and of course Thursday night.
We're going to be the official Pitt Florida State pregame show.
Okay.
That's what we'll do.
And we'll see you. Pardon me. We'll see you next week. I'm Bob Tatter.
I'm Mike Pallett.
Good night. Thank you for watching Sportsline, brought to you by Ace Hardware, New Kensington, AKLC Studios in Leechburg, Arnold Furniture, 5th Avenue, Buffalo Bills, New Kensington, Fazio's Deli and Meats in Arnold, Highland Tire, Toronto and Natrona Heights, Mattio's Pizza and Subs, Brackenridge Heights, Resevich Family Funeral Homes, Lower Burl in Arnold, 380 Discount Warehouse, Murraysville, Tower Auto in Blawnox, and Westmoreland Insurance Services of New Kensington.